One morning, Theo travelled into Wellsworth Station. Edward was there with his first passenger train of the day. "Hello there," puffed Edward. "You must be Theo. Thomas has told me a lot about you. I'm Edward, by the way." Pleased to meet you," said Theo nervously. "What might you be doing on Sodor?" asked Edward. "Apparently one of the engines at the China clay pits has gone for repairs, so I'm to take his place until he gets back," Theo replied. "Oh," said Edward. "What?" asked Theo. "What's wrong?" "Oh, nothing," answered Edward. "Just be careful. The twins there, Bill and Ben, can be real troublemakers, especially to new and unfamiliar engines." Just then, the guard's whistle blew and Edward steamed away. "Take care," he called out to Theo. When Theo arrived at the clay pits, he saw Bill and Ben arguing loudly. "But it's my turn to take the trucks down to the harbour," argued Bill. "Not fair," protested Ben. "You took the last one." "Did not, did to, did not, did to." "Hello?" said a voice. The twins looked around and saw Theo standing nearby. "Are you Bill and Ben?" he asked. "Yeah, but who are you?" asked Ben. "I'm Theo. I'm a traction engine, and I'm here to help," Theo replied. "Oh, so you're the engine that's taking over while Timothy's away," said Bill. "That's his name?" "In that case, yes, I am covering for Timothy," answered Theo. "Well, better get straight to work." Bill and Ben eyed each other as Theo puffed noisily away to find some trucks. Who on earth decided a life-sized clockwork toy engine would be the perfect replacement for Timothy? Puffed Bill. "He won't last 5 minutes by the looks of it," replied Ben. "He looks like he's about ready to fall apart any moment now." Unfortunately for Theo, the twins decided that he was a perfect target for their mischievous antics. Ned the steam shovel was helping load China clay into Theo's trucks. Bill, however, was waiting to strike. He snuck up behind Theo and gave him a mighty bit. "Ow!" said Theo. "Theo!" cried Ned. "What do you think you're playing at?" It wasn't me," protested Theo. "It was—" He trailed off. Bill had already disappeared from the scene. Theo felt humiliated. It took a long time for the workmen to clear the clay off the tracks and get it into the trucks. Theo steamed sadly away. Things were no better the next day. Theo puffed over to the water tower where Ben was filling up on water. "Have you seen any tracks?" Theo asked frantically. "What do you mean?" asked Ben innocently. "The tracks I was supposed to take to the harbour. They've gone missing," he puffed. Theo didn't know that Ben had hidden the trucks out of sight. It was a prank Bill and Ben loved to pull on the other engines. Theo looked high and low for his trucks, but he couldn't find them anywhere. But while he wasn't looking, Ben rearranged the trucks again. Just when Theo was about to give up, he found the trucks at the entrance to the clay pits. "What the? How'd that happen?" he wondered. By the time he arrived at the docks, he was very late, and the Fat Controller was very cross. Theo puffed sadly to Wellsworth, where he saw Boko the Diesel resting in a siding. Boko could see that the little traction engine was not happy. "What's the matter?" Boko asked. Theo told him everything that happened. Boko looked at Theo knowingly. "You've fallen victim to the tomfoolery of the saddle tank engines, young Theo," he said. "They're like this with almost everyone, even me." Boko told Theo about the time when he was new to the island, and Bill and Ben tricked Boko into thinking they were both one engine who could be in multiple places at the same time. But I haven't done anything to them at all, said Theo. They don't usually have reasons for pulling pranks on others, Boko explained. It's mostly done just so they can have a quick laugh. So what do I do? Theo inquired. Have you ever heard of Duke the Lost Engine? Boko asked. No, said Theo, I haven't. Well, I've barely ever spoken to him myself, but I've heard stories about him, and I think he may be able to help in this situation, explained Boko. He whispered his plan to Theo. Theo grinned. It's perfect, he said. Theo's driver and fireman agreed. We'll do it tomorrow, they said. The next day, Theo was coupled up to a train of China clay wagons. Bill and Ben watched him attempt to slowly puff away, but they could see he was struggling. Go on, teased Bill and Ben. I can't, said Theo. Then he stopped. Theo's driver went to find the quarry manager, who then came and spoke to Bill and Ben. Theo has broken down, he said. I need you two to help him take the train to the docks. Yes, sir, said the twins. Soon they were coupled up and they headed off. What the twins didn't know, however, was that Theo had never actually broken down in the first place. In fact, he was in perfect working order. This was all part of the plan. The twins started grumbling. Hurry up, puffed Bill. I have a bunch of dead weight I have to haul, so excuse me for going slowly, complained Ben. Then it happened. Theo blasted his whistle and then puffed as hard as he could, as though he was pulling the entire train on his own. Bill and Ben were surprised. The noise echoed down the line. At last, they arrived at the docks. What happened? Asked Salty. They don't usually send 3 engines at once. The twins broke down and I had to help them, said Theo. Bill and Ben were speechless. Theo laughed long and loud. That evening, the twins spoke to Theo. We're sorry we tricked you, said Bill. Don't worry about it, said Theo. I forgive you both. I must say, though, continued Ben, you're almost as good of a prankster as we are. You really got us this time. I learned from the best, Theo puffed proudly. For the rest of his visit, Theo and the twins worked happily together. Bill and Ben were sad when it was time for Theo to leave. Come again soon, they said. I will, peeped Theo, and he steamed away to a chorus of whistles.